What's going on, guys? Jacoborth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, coming to you guys from right here where the Oakland Raiders, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, is being built and under construction. If you guys remember, I gave you an update video on that a few weeks ago, or within the last month or so, about the stadium progress. Here's an update I wanted to give you guys. Maybe this isn't so much about the stadium itself being built, but what's being built, I guess you could say, underneath the stadium. And this is something that is all over the internet right now online. It's came out in a tweet, and I'll put a link to it down below, but this is on Twitter, this is on Reddit, this is on, like, I think Silver and Black Pride or something for a couple Raiders websites. I think it's on 24/7 Sports. It's like all over the place. Is that the stadium here, one of the things expected to have built in, aside from being almost $2 billion for the project, is that so it's supposed to have a jail and also a courthouse in it, because they're expecting so many arrests during the home games here for the Raiders when they come to play, and also for other events too, in case fans get unruly. But that is the word on the street here in Las Vegas, that this stadium is not only going to be be able to hold 60,000+ people, whatever the case is, but they're going to have a jail in it, and they're also going to have a courthouse, and they're going to have a judge there on site during events, during Raider games, so people who get arrested, get in trouble during the games, they can arrest them, and they can go ahead and process them, and all just in one shot. That's what they're planning to do. And it's kind of ironic, of course, because if any of you know the Raiders, and their brand and their reputation, they've got a reputation for having some rough and rowdy fans. And as somebody who moved here to Las Vegas from the San Francisco Bay Area, I am well aware of the reputation that the Oakland Raider fan base has. I have heard of this before, that the Eagles Stadium in Philadelphia has something similar. A lot of stadiums and even casinos here on the Strip, for them to have a holding tank, or basically a little just a holding center in their facility, is not that uncommon. Especially in ballparks, people might get drunk, they run on the field, they get in fights. But the part that seems to be a bit unique is having the courthouse there. And I believe I've heard Philadelphia has that, because that's the only other team I've heard of. The Raiders and the Eagles are the two teams in the NFL that I guess supposedly have the rowdiest fans, in the league. So this new stadium here is supposed to have a jail and a courthouse in it. That is the rumor anyway. We'll see, as progress comes. I've also heard, a lot of course, local police departments going to be working the games. For them, it's going to be, just like any other overtime gig for them to work. But I did also hear from one local that they're planning to actually have a separate department just for events here at the stadium. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, if they'll be full-time officers, or they'll just be reserve officers, or it'll still just be an opportunity for, other local agencies to have their officers do overtime work. But that is, the rumor here at the stadium being built right now, is that somewhere in here, they're going to have underneath the stadium a jail cell and a judge. And it makes sense to really have this, because if you have so many tourists coming, no city, no NFL team is in a city that gets more tourists than Las Vegas. So then maybe you can make an argument for New York. That's probably about it. So, if you have tourists that come here and they get drunk, they get in a fight, you have fans coming from LA or California, all over the place, they get into some trouble here, it makes more sense. It's actually a lot more cost effective. Just go ahead and do the whole process now, than trying to have someone come back for a court appearance coming from Ohio or coming from Florida, or if they're an international traveler, they just happen to want to come watch an American football game, trying to get someone to come back from Brazil or the UK or something like that. So really, this is probably a smart idea. I'm glad if this is what they're doing, that they're doing this ahead of time and they're planning for this. It's going to probably make things a lot easier. It's going to be a way to save money too. It's going to be a lot more cost effective and a lot better way to manage the chaos that comes with football games. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comments section. I will put the link to the tweet down below as well. You guys will see the original tweet and then all the articles and things talking about it there. If you're planning to move to Las Vegas or come here on vacation, you can talk to me on Clarity down below. Link on Clarity. You can talk to me there. If you want to support me on Patreon, there's a link down below to support me on Patreon as well. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas.